Hi, this is Andrea. Please subscribe to TalksOfCinema.
நீஹா ஆயில் தூய கல்ச்செக்கு எண்ணெய்க்கு.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a very special, momentous occasion. My name is Rohini, and I'm your host for today. And I'm hoping that you're all streaming this event from the safety and comfort from your homes. We're all connected virtually, and it almost seems like the new normal that we've adopted to over time. And these unprecedented times, of course, give hopes to new beginnings. And we're here today to unlock a new beginning with the trailer launch of Amazon Prime Video's first Tamil original movie, Putham Pudhu Kaalai. An anthology of 5 short stories, Putham Pudhu Kaalai, marks the union of 5 iconic Tamil directors to share their on-screen renditions of new beginnings. Each film has been created keeping in mind the on-screen renditions of this theme, but they've also been shot in this lockdown phase, thereby giving the cast and crew an entirely new experience of shooting a film amidst restrictions and stipulated guidelines. The anthology is all set to release across 200 countries and territories on the 16th of October, and we're looking forward to watching the trailer today. But before that, we'd like to hear from the powerhouse behind each and every highly successful Indian Amazon original content released till date. Put your hands together wherever you are for Aparna Purohit, Head of India Originals, Amazon Prime Video.
Thank you very much, Rohini. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all the members of the press who joined us today. The last few months have been challenging, unsettling, and difficult, but this has also been a time of great introspection, digging into our memory bank and pulling out stories of hope, courage, and resilience. These stories have kept us inspired, exhilarated, and connected. We may have been physically distanced, but so many of us have formed new emotional bonds with people. We found new ways of creative expression. And it was exactly with this intent that Putham Pudhu Kaalai, was born, to tell stories of hope, courage, second chances, and new beginnings. And we are fortunate that to usher in this new dawn, we were joined by some of the most celebrated creators. Like you said, shooting these films amidst the global pandemic with stringent production protocols, limited crew was excruciating. But the love, zest, care, and passion with which these filmmakers shot these stories is a masterclass in itself. Suhasini ma'am, Sudha, Gautham, Rajiv sir, and Karthik, we are so grateful that you agreed to embark on this journey with us. And now, without much ado, presenting to you all the trailer of Putham Pudhu Kaalai.
There it is, the masterpiece, a brilliantly crafted anthology with all the shades of life anyone could ever think of. It is indeed unbelievable to say that the film was shot during the lockdown, right? But after watching the phenomenal trailer, ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited to welcome the 5 creative masterminds behind this work of wonder, along with their cast members. Please put your hands together for the directors and talents of this masterpiece, starting with Suhasini Mani Ratnam, ma'am, Director of Coffee. Anyone? Hi, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be with you in just a bit. Right after that, could I please invite Sudha Kongara, the Director of Ilame Edo Edo, to join us? And alongside her, of course, the star cast, Kalidas, Jayaram. Thank you so much, Kalidas. Thank you so much, Sudha. All right, up next, could I please welcome Gautham Menon, the Director of Avalam Nanu. Thank you so much, Gautham, for joining us. And with you, of course, I'd like to invite MS Baaskar, sir, and Ritu Varma. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Right after, could I please invite Rajiv Menon, the Director of Reunion. Hi, Rajiv. Thank you so much for joining us. And right after, could I please invite Karthik Subbaraj, the Director of Miracle, along with its actor, Bobby Simha. Thank you very much. This is giving me goosebumps, this very screen right now. Welcome all of you. I must say it's an honor to be present amidst 5 creative visionaries and the super talented cast. I'm delighted to get a chance to speak to each and every one of you. Each film, of course, seems to have a unique storyline, characterization, and narrative, while being seamlessly woven into the emotions that currently resonate with each and every one of us, the audience. Hope, new beginnings, and second chances. I'm going to ask Aparna actually to take the first question. Hi, Aparna. Could I please have you on the screen with me for a quick question that's been really... And my question is, what was the thought behind a concept such as this? And using a unique format, for the first Tamil original movie on Prime Video.
I think the thought was very simple, that art can find expression and manifestation in even the most difficult and dreary times. And the fact that art must inspire, provoke, and connect people. And we're really fortunate that when we approached these incredible filmmakers with this idea, we got a resounding yes. If these filmmakers could make the films under these stringent restrictions, it just tells us that anybody can. So, that was the small idea, just to connect people. The fact that Putham Pudhu Kaalai is our first Tamil anthology is truly serendipity. And I'm really happy that this is ushering in a new dawn for us.
That's so wonderfully said. And I just want to say, you pulled off a coup, Aparna. So congratulations. And thank you.
I'm knocking on the wood.
Knocking on wood, of course. And of course, from the fans, sincerely, thank you so much. Up next, could I please request Suhasini ma'am to join me and answer our next question. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining me. From me, from my mother, from my family, just want to say, big fan. Let me start with that.
Thank you so much, Nandri.
Yes, thank you. Ma'am, I want to take you back to the idea of, bringing a family together on screen. Did you have the cast in mind while thinking of your story?
First, I have to tell you, I came in last. I think these 4 people were already on board. And okay. I think one came last to me. And then when they wanted me to do a film, and I had 2 kinds of stories. And one story was similar to what Karthik Subbaraj was doing. I heard that there were some similarities. So then I thought, what about a short story that I had written about 10 years ago about 2 daughters and a son coming back home for their parents' 50th anniversary, and the confrontations and the conflicts that they have, because the 2 daughters have lived abroad all the time, and when they come, they feel even more like, stressed because they're not there for the parents. That was my idea of a short story many years ago, but I hadn't completed the short story. Mm-hmm. Thanks to Amazon, I completed the story and I changed the son to a daughter to accommodate Shruti. So I wanted to have all the Hasans. I mean, I still consider myself a Hasan, Mani Ratnam, yes, okay. But unfortunately, a week before the shoot, my father met with an accident and he fell down and broke his collarbone. So Kathadi Ramamurthy came in. Otherwise, it would have been all Hasan cast. So it has me, Suhasini Hasan Mani Ratnam, and then Anu Hasan, Shruti Hasan, and Komalam Charuhasan, my mother, who's coming into films after seeing Kamal and myself and Mani and my father and Anu Hasan, Shruti Hasan, and she's the newcomer into film industry. So it was a casting coup of sorts, but it was not difficult, because we had these pictures on the wall for the for the set. It was so easy. I could pull it out from the album and do it. I didn't have to beg my artist, please give me a family photo, give me a childhood photo of yours. I could do that. There were advantages. There were many disadvantages, I guess. I mean, it was fun working with my family, except everybody thought I was like being very strict with my mother. I have to be strict with my mother. I've been waiting for this for so many years.
Correct, absolutely. We've all learned so much about our own families and old relationships in this lockdown. Your film, of course, taking that a notch higher, fictionalizing and giving us this experience. So, Asmi ma'am, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Sudha ma'am, I'd love you to join me on the screen at this point. Hi and welcome once again.
Hi.
I'm very excited about the fact that this is you, and this is also the genre of romance. Let's talk about the idea of you wanting to explore this genre when it came to making this part of this anthology, please.
Okay. So when Shalini and Aparna approached me, it was about hope, new chances, new beginnings, happiness in the times of a pandemic. So to me, what came instantly was romance. I thought that's the happiest phase of a person's life, apart from when having food, I think. So I said, okay, fine. So if I came up with a story, I was going to do it. If I didn't crack it, I wasn't going to do the film at all. So then this just came in 2 days. It just sat there, and then I told it to Shalini. I told Shalini this, and she was like going crazy over it because she found it so, warm. And then I think it just fell into place. And romance is always fun. I love it.
That's wonderful. We can't wait to watch your interpretation, especially, you know why? Because most of us in this pandemic have also got a chance to revisit what romance is when you don't have any externals, right? And I think that's why I'm really looking forward to your film. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. And as you will, of course, join us in just a little bit, I have Kalidas joining us at this point.
Hi, I'd just like to say this is a huge fan moment for me because I've been like a huge fan to all those filmmakers who's right here with us. So, you know, like it's just a great feeling for me to just be amongst them.
Absolutely. I totally understand it. And we're trying to keep as mature or as responsible a face as we must. But Kali, of course, you know, you're a star in your own right. You know, you've been acting since the tender age of 6 and 7. And over the years, we've seen you experiment with different genres and versatile characters. Tell me, is there some sort of a guide where you say, this is the sort of character that I'd like to play? How do you choose that I want to give life to this character?
If I'm being very honest, like I don't think we can choose because I just do what comes my way. Because there's so many actors and there's so many, you know, very little characters to be played. I think it's already taken. So whatever comes my way, I just do it. And thankfully, I just got a very good, you know, mentor like Sudha ma'am who gave me this opportunity to work with her. So I'm just happy.
Well, that's wonderful. I was about to ask how that association went, but thank you for answering my question within your first answer. Thank you so much, Kali. We'll be back with you in just a little bit. This is a quick announcement to all the attendees of our conference today. We are open for the media Q&A, and if you'd like, please send us a question in the chat box. But please make sure, since we have so many esteemed voices with us today, kindly direct your question to who you'd like to ask the question to. And of course, we will make it a point to ask them your question. Up next, could I please have Gautham Menon joining us, please?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Gautham sir. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
A big fan from Minnale days, so just want to take you back there first of all. And then, of course, I'm very curious to know what is the experience of working on a short, especially when Amazon Prime Video came up to you and said this is going to be a short film format. What changes?
Well, I think I've already been there. So when the call came in, it didn't seem so daunting and challenging. And I think between Reshma and myself, we decided that she'd write and I'd just direct. Of course, it's not just direct. I mean, you still have to, you know, give the script what it actually needs and everything. But she wrote it, and it came to me on a platter, and I just had to sit in Tamil dialogues and everything. But what seemed daunting and challenging later was to have Rajiv Menon sir's name, along with mine, or my name along with his. And then I worked with him. So when I heard that, I told her, I don't think I know, I'll do this. Honestly, that's the first thing I said. But she just said, come on, let's just go ahead and do it and all that. So thanks to Amazon for giving me the opportunity to put my name somewhere along Rajiv sir's name, So it's like, life coming full cycle, so to speak. So I enjoyed the process. And having said that, we went into filming with a master craftsman like PC Sriram sir, and I really look forward to that. It was a huge learning and humbling experience for me. Actually, I've always been wary of working with the greats, and we have two cinematographers on the show here today, Rajiv sir and Suhasini ma'am, and I dare say that I've always been wary of working with the greats, but this was such a huge learning experience for me, and I'd like to thank Amazon again for setting this up, for giving me the opportunity to do that. And in the film, there's MS Baaskar and Ritu, two brilliant actors who sort of, we just had to talk the script to them, and they gave it to me again on a platter. So it was a great experience.
Thank you so much, Gautham, for revealing a few of your own sort of inner workings when it comes to being a part of this wonderful production. And since you mentioned Baaskar sir, I'm going to ask him to take the next question. Thank you so much, Gautham. We'll be with you in just a little bit. Baaskar sir, namaskaram.
Hey, namaskaram.
You know, before entering the industry, you were always a very renowned theatre artist. I actually want to know, as someone who's watched you, you know, does the theatre experience help you in choosing or giving life to a character? And also, what is the one thing that you think you will remember the most from this short film experience?
Yeah. First thing, I was not a theatre artist. I was a dubbing artist.
Yes.
Yeah, I gave more than 1,500 films yet.
Yes.
Dubbing voice.
Absolutely.
That time, I was very much eager to act in movies and television serials and very good stories. See, in this, the Putham Pudhu Kaalai, you have to take this thing. All are very good directors, excellent directors, excellent stories in one thing. So, we can call it an assorted sweet box.
Lovely. How lovely. Beautiful.
Because, you know, actual thing, I am a very big foodie, you know. So, only I am talking about sweet, tiffin, everything. So, okay, jokes apart. What is the actual thing is, we had to work with this type of excellent directors. Because of that only we can improve our talent more and more. Gautham sir is so nice. PC Sriram sir is so nice. No shouting, nothing, no this thing I want, that thing I want. No embracement to the artist. He'll give full freedom to the artist. See, what are you going to do, sir? Let me see once.
Correct.
Like this, he'll ask. And he will extract what he wants at the end.
Wonderful.
Very, very, very comfortable with GVM sir and PC sir and with the whole crew. I was enjoying the shooting like anything. And it's an excellent character acting with Ritu. A bond between the grandpa and the granddaughter. It is excellent. It is an excellent experience, and I want to enjoy the same experience again and again.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And because you said sweet box, I just want to say this is a pre-Diwali gift for all of us, you know, who are fans of everybody's work. And I think my little limited Tamil, please don't mind. I would just like to say one thing, sir. Pramadam, sir. Pramadam. So,
Thank you very much.
Romba Nandri. Thank you so much. And since you mentioned Ritu, I'm going to have the wonderful Ritu Varma join us as well. Hi, Ritu. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having us.
You know, Ritu, I'm so curious to know, you've had such a great stint, you've had award-winning performances, and I'm sure viewers are kind of wanting to know what is that sneak peek you can give us into your character, you know, in this short. What can you reveal?
I don't know if I can reveal much about my character, but I must say this has been a wonderful experience. I love working with Gautham sir and his team. I would never say no to working with Gautham sir. So when this came my way, it was just too good to say no. Working with PC sir has been like a dream come true. Baaskar sir is such a brilliant actor, and we share a good bond on and off screen. And it's with Amazon Prime. So it's my digital debut, so I'm really looking forward to it.
That's wonderful, and we wish you luck, and I hope that you conquer the digital scape as much as you have the rest. Thank you so much, Ritu, for joining me.
Thank you.
All right, you know, Gautham spoke a little bit about being a fanboy. So, Rajiv sir, I think the first thing we have to do is sort of acknowledge that, and then I'll ask you the question. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. Gautham is one of my, I think, really successful and talented guys, great sense of music, great sense of style. And I'm so moved and touched that somebody who worked with me has done so well. but he's viewing you with respect and things. So I'm kind of humbled by that. I'm grateful.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I do know that this has been a very unique experience for most filmmakers. How long did it take you to complete the shoot of this film? And was it different in terms of methods, given the restrictions, given the stipulations? What will always be memorable for you?
I think one of the things that I felt is that because there were restrictions on the number of people you can employ primarily for safety reasons,
Right.
it sort of took me back to the time that we used to make films in the Film Institute, like with a very limited crew.
Correct.
And in this particular case, we were also having, a person in the cast who is not a conventional actor, but is actually acting really for the first time on things. So I wanted to use multiple cameras. So with a very limited crew and 3 actors, so I'm just left with 1 lightman, 1 camera attender. And so it's really slim production around it. And on top of it, I have a lady who's somebody I really respect a lot, like Leela, Samson. And I got to make sure she's safe through the shoot. So there was one element of, my God, nothing should happen to Leela and nobody should get infected during the shoot. So this was really worrying while we were doing. But the moment we had a reading, we found that everybody is really into it, and the performances really started, going up. And since it's a very small unit, it's very intimate. So I kind of really enjoyed the process. But I'm even more curious to see how others have interpreted the same brief, so it's like, 5 different melodies being composed in 5 different houses, which now are all going to come together, and, it's going to reach it's like 5 different tunes coming together. I kind of really fascinated by that.
What a beautiful example. And absolutely, it's 5 different melodies coming together and building that symphony. And that's what we're looking forward to. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Up next, of course, could I please request Karthik Subbaraj to join us?
Hi.
Hi, Karthik.
Hi.
Karthik, we've all seen the phenomenal thriller Penguin on Prime Video. And first of all, I want to congratulate you on your release of that, firstly.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's talk about the experience of shooting in an unlock phase. Rajiv sir talked about how he had to double up. Tell me, how different was it for you as well, from the usual format?
Actually, it was not so different because I came from making short films, right? So I actually felt sort of, because during Nale time I used to be sort of a competition where I used to make short films and my co-contestants will be like Nalan and Balaji Mohan. But this time it was Gautham sir, Rajiv Menon sir, Suhasini Mani Ratnam. I sort of felt like going back to the Nale time. So it's actually very kicked about because Bobby was cast at me because he used to act in all of his short films. So we actually felt, okay, I think this Corona has actually taken back to where we started. So it was actually good.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And since you mentioned Bobby, I'm going to have Bobby up next with me.
நீஹா ஆயில் தூய கல் செக்கு எண்ணெய்க்கு